When we hear the words horror movie, we usually think of the classics: Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Yet, there's a whole new genre of horror emerging. A much more sinister kind.
Hi.
Ones that make you question your entire morality as a human being. So let's count down the top 5.
Number 5, The Descent.
Claustrophobics beware. The Descent is a British found footage / cinematic horror film that is bound to scare the shit out of you. Now don't be fooled, there is no final girl in this film. The all-female cast contains 6 of the most badass chicks you are ever going to see on the big screen. Set in the fictional unmapped cave system Appalachia, these girls battle against darkness, claustrophobia, and of course, terrifying humanoid creatures whose only goal is to mess you up. The best part? As soon as you think it can't get any worse, it gets a lot worse. There's no shortage of blood, gore, and downright fear, so grab your blankets and rug up. You're in for a bloody ride. Pun intended.
Number 4, A Serbian Film.
Following the life of a struggling retired ex-porn star, A Serbian Film is a clusterfuck of wrong! He signs on to what he believes to be an art film, but after being drugged, is subdued to a horrific snuff film chock-a-block full of rape, murder, necrophilia, and total general madness. Don't believe me? The film is banned in Spain, Finland, where scat fetish is normal, Portugal, France, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore, and finally, Norway. If you're in any of these countries, you'll probably have to resort to questionable methods to locate this film, but if you're completely set on finding it, I can hook you up. Please don't tell my mum.
Number 3, The Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Trust me, there is a reason this film is on this list. And another even more disturbing reason as to why this film is hard as hell to find. The Poughkeepsie Tapes is set in the fictional town of Poughkeepsie, and is a documentary-style horror flick that shows the development of a police case against a disturbingly smart serial killer known only as the Water Street Butcher. Or Ed. It may not be the most innovative film ever made, but my god is it horrifically disturbing. There's quite a few clips in here that are bound to make you shiver, and some of the more detailed accounts of this fictional fiend's encounters are just as disturbing. Best of luck finding it, and holding your food down. I ain't helping you with this one. Yuck.
Number 2, Aftermath.
Okay, so if you've made it this far, Aftermath is probably the movie for you. This 30-minute extravaganza is probably the most fucked up horror film ever made. There is no description, it's just pure madness. It starts off as your regular run-of-the-day autopsy, but slowly becomes a horrific display of depraved necrophilia. I guarantee that this film is going to give you the heebie-jeebies, and in saying that, find it yourself, please, because I've watched it once, and I'm ready to gouge my eyes out twice.
Number 1, Begotten.
A lot of the films mentioned beforehand have some kind of a moral line that they refuse to cross, but Begotten kind of found that line and did a triple backflip over it. Begotten is one of the most messed up films ever made. There is no dialogue in question, and its horrific imagery and spine-chilling soundtrack are enough to give you nightmares anyway. A key scene right at the beginning of the movie is God disemboweling himself and then being killed and raped by nomads. Amazing, right? You can get this shit almost anywhere, but I can't download frickin' A Serbian Film? Who cares? Who cares? I'm done. That's it. Done. And there you have it, our personal opinion on 5 of the most terrifying films ever made. Go out there and find them all, you sickos. Anyway, thank you for watching the first video on HorrorHouseTV. Best of luck sleeping, and if you have any suggestions to make this show better, please let me know. What do you think, Satan?
Yeah, this show's pretty shit, man. You should subscribe.
See, if you disregard Satan's opinion, you're basically fucked anyway. My name is Zach, and I'll see you all next week.